aesthetic is key, but don't care about how much you're posting, especially like when you're first starting out, you know what I mean? Bro, you wanna get your ground, you wanna get your feet wet as much as possible. And not only that, like you want to get this shit in front of the faces of many of these people, and in order to do that, you gotta be mad consistent. So like definitely like, feel me, if you have great content, great videos, post those as much as you can. You know, TikTok, post at least maybe 2, 3 today. You know, when it's like, it's your product, bro. Like I'm simply like no different than a GameStop or a Walmart, and my games and my food and stuff in my shop is my music, you know, is my assets, it's the product, you know, so you want to move that. I'm gonna leash I got a cheat damn. Out trying to get up out my head now, wait. Who gon' pop? Where's the shots? Who gon' rock for me? Who gon' run for me? Who gon' gun for me?
LIFEOFTHOM, man, I met you about a year ago at a rooftop party in Queens.
With Deafy.
Hey, yo, man. Yo, invest in the LIFEOFTHOM, yo. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the song hit 2 M's. Your pockets might hit a whoa.
I was with Jaden and our boy Nick, our other co-founder. I remember there was a lot of buzz around you. I didn't listen to your music yet. It's the first time I met you. But there was something unique about you. You had a lot of like knowledgeable experience in like a ton of different fields, so I thought that was really cool.
We're in this whole new centric and dynamic of things, and systems like these are going to continue to emerge. AI is blowing up. By 2026, we will fully have incorporated AI artists. We will have fully incorporated AI phones. This shit's already AI if you think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
thank you.
Now I'm super stoked to run it back and kind of learn more about where you've been, because we've seen a complete evolution from your sound to your visuals. Yeah. So kind of want to find out a little bit more about LIFEOFTHOM.
Where are we here?
First of all, where's the name come from?
LIFEOFTHOM comes originally from, you know, I had an old stage name. It was more so when I was distributing on DSPs, like strictly as Thomas, for like, I'd say maybe 2 years. It was probably like 2019 to like top of like ending of 2020, 2021. And I just realized the SEO search wasn't the most optimal due to Thomas being such a vague name. So I just thought of like a easy ass gamer tag, LIFEOFTHOM, and you know, for me, it's my life, it's everything. So wanted to make this invade every crevice. So it's LIFEOFTHOM.
It's reflective.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about Cocotaso.
Cocotaso, 7-track album by me and Stoic. That project is a super dope, easy listening, introspective project. And it's not even that deep neither, though it is a project that definitely challenged me in other ways in my songwriting than before. It is a project that was made in only about 3 to 4 weeks at Stoic's crib over in Jersey. That shit was mad cool. And I mean, putting it together was really fun. You know, at the same time, I also started up like some other stuff around the time. So it was really cool. You know, it's been a lot of creative energy, you know, around me. That's what I always carry. But, you know, that period of March into April was mad special. And mixing and mastering the thing, the reward just is like so much more really, though. I feel like it's my first body of work that's like mad, like super just like marketable. Like it's just mad. It's just,
but there's something really stylized about it that made it feel so unique. I think, you know, it dropped about a week ago, safe to say.
Yeah.
I think I listened to it probably about 3 times back to back now over this past week.
That's mad love. Let's go.
Absolutely. It really has this like very me against the world kind of feeling, especially at the start when we transition from Who into OMG.
Yep.
And then it feels really vulnerable at the end once we start getting towards like tracks like Seasick. And I just found it, you know, from the quirky lyrics and like all the pop culture references and subculture references, it felt unique, man. It felt nostalgic, like something familiar. Yeah. But it also felt really new wave. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll talk a little about that. Me and Stoic, that was kind of like the intention, but not to create, you know, something more, you know, out of a pop culture and, you know, something that, you know, is of a new wave, you know, that's by default.
I guess every project we want to approach it with the newer intention. Though I will say, I'll be real, like Stoic, I just pulled up and Stoic, like, felt me, he was just like, yo, I feel like, he was just like, yo, he was just real with me, bro. And he was just like, yo, I feel like you rap so fire. And he just kept it a buck. He was just like, but I just like, I don't feel like you be saying much sometimes. And I ain't gonna lie, that was something I already had on my subconscious at the time. Knowing already, you know, not letting it discredit, like, you know, my own creative reach and how nice I know I am. Though it was the first time a producer, now, someone not just, feel me, working with me out of the fact that he just working with me, you know, this person really wanted me to grow. So I feel like, yeah, at the time we was listening to mad, like, we listened to Mad Mike, Pinball Drop, listening to Mad Cast, just listen to just a lot of great music that we both take, you know what I mean, influence, you know, from on just what we listen to regularly. So, you know, and it feels like we both in that pocket, you know what I mean? So that was really nice. It's different.
How important is it to surround yourself with people that are on like the same wavelength?
Mad important, because you could be the person that's like, yeah, I don't really need people, you know, I don't need to be around the same community, like I'm really good by myself, and that works for a lot of people. Though at the end of the day, you have a role to play in society, and there's an actual impact when you get around the same resonance, you know, or similar frequency from me. So, you know, if that's me looking like getting around homies that's like, where like our sound is consistent, you know what I mean, it almost, there's some similarities and things, you know. Yeah, it's imperative.
What would you say is like really shaped your influences? What kind of influences have impacted the way you create art, make music?
I would say the influence of like kind of, I would say my city, New York, for sure. You know, definitely growing up as a city kid, going to school around the city, from the Heights to like Midtown, so on and so forth. You know, going to LES, getting fried, skating in the LES skate park, back to Harlem for some nice soul food, you know, deep in East New York, Brooklyn. I don't know for what reason, but we there, feel me, just all that shit, bro. The trains, the fits, the people, you know, like this is my city, ground zero. Oh, in terms of like, I would say experiences too, you know, I feel like fasting at the time when I was making Cocotaso, like it dead, like, bro, and that's like, I'm getting back on it now recently, feel me, and I'm like, yo, like this, you know, this motion. And then I would also kind of just say the inspiration of just like dope ass artists that I already been listening to, you know, even like getting up with like Dash and like making Interstellar was just so fire. And then like, you know, seeing that come full circle is so cool for me. So like even moments like that, you know what I mean? And even just like, you know, dropping every single month this year, you know, is like, yeah, been a big push, you know?
What's the facts when it's plenty without cat? Got 'em ready to react. Same problems out, solve 'em and come back. Send a passion of mass, new hope like I'm Han Solo. Yet a lone soul setting landmarks in his hellhole. Flame color aura, got empire like a.a.a. Squadron true to Baco, got desire like a.a.a.
I gotta say, I'm definitely a fan of your marketing strategy and how consistent you are when you put out work. Because I feel like I don't go scrolling past my feed like fucking 2 days without seeing your work pop up on there. And I was wondering, like, what kind of advice do you have for other independent artists that really want to market their music?
I think it's like, don't care about, like, aesthetic is key, but don't care about how much you're posting, especially like when you're first starting out, you know what I mean? Bro, you wanna get your ground, you wanna get your feet wet as much as possible. And not only that, like you want to get this shit in front of the faces of many of these people, and in order to do that, you gotta be mad consistent. So like definitely like, feel me, if you have great content, great videos, post those as much as you can. You know, TikTok, post at least maybe 2-3 a day. You know, when it's like, it's your product, bro. Like I'm simply like no different than a GameStop or a Walmart, and my games and my food and stuff in my shop is my music, you know, is my assets, it's the product, you know. So you want to move that into a whole, you know, a whole just world where there's different targets and Old Navies and, you know, fucking, you got all these things, you know, you got to really stand out, bro. So I feel like even just that mentality is like, that's really where it starts, for real. You know, just push your shit out. Push it out of the D. Don't feel weird if you're like double or triple posting. For me, you want to get the shit up off the floor, but also work smart, not hard. You know.
Do you have any like rituals, routines when you start writing? Like, what really starts the creative process for you?
I'd say getting outside and putting on some music, bro.
Okay.
Getting outside, putting on some music, and make sure and like working out, like going to the gym. I feel like not be, if you like, yeah. If I'm, you know, what I mean, most times if I have a session that day, I'm probably gonna be in the gym just because I do like to work out, be consistent with that. Though that's really the routine, and just keeping a clear head. You know, meditate, breathe. You know, wherever I'm going to, great breath session. You feel me?
I don't think creatives acknowledge how important health and wellness is.
It's too important
when it comes
bro.
to creating, right?
It's too important. Yeah, it's all connected. For me, your body, for me, it's creative energy. You can't slack.
Facts. So I know you're familiar with Web3 culture, right? You successfully sold NFT collections. You
Yes,
created
sir.
a strong network in that community, and you know you haven't just experimented with the tech, but you also dug into it financially too.
Yep.
So how are you feeling about that entire industry right now?
Funny because we just fire. Yo, yeah, I feel like Web3 as a whole, the theory of it, and like, you know, its algorithm is very smart. I think it's like, it's super genius for like a world that'll make sense for that to be installed in and to be pioneered with. Though I think right now the transition from what we saw in terms of a boom in mid 2020 to like such a start of Web3, you know, in terms of NFTs and music NFTs and stuff, and even just like, you know, the whole network with the blockchain and everything. For me, at first it was so fire though. I feel like, you know, the community around it kind of got stale, man, and it got a little spoiled. It got sour, also got spoiled. And at the end of the day, like, your intention was you in for something, you know, that's kind of like your business. You know what I mean? I feel like it's not that it doesn't matter, but like, you know, it kind of just is what it is. You know, you have people in there that were in there for money. You have people that was just in there, you know, to further their career in Web 2. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I was in there, you know. But on top of it, it's just to like experience something new, which was, you know, that's like option. That was really how I was seeing it. But I feel like after, you know, you had someone like Bobby Shmurda, someone like Snoop Dogg, someone like Nas, after you had, you know, such a burnout and crash out from the whole entire just market, you know, it's the best way to put it is like, I realized that it's not something sustainable within the Web 2 form due to the mechanism of this, how this shit's just been built, especially this music industry. It doesn't really make sense for something like that, and I don't think that's because of the labels or anything. That's just the way that algorithm was created and the way that people have digested it for so long. But I do believe in Web3, and I do believe in its success one day, especially within the music industry.
Yeah, I think there's definitely, you know, something that kind of makes you like spin back to, you know, human nature when it comes to things like that, especially technology.
Yep.
You know, whenever there's an opportunity for financial gain, people do, you know, there's always going to be a crowd or community that tends to move towards that, right?
Yeah.
But then you always have the evolutionists and the technologists that really want to use it to impact society, right? And make cultural differences, whether it's in music or art or, you know, in betterment. There's so much to it for sure. You know, unfortunately, I think a lot of what we hear on the news is, you know, mostly towards the negative tail end of Web3, right? So
sadly.
Exchanges crashing.
All that shit. Scammers. Though, you know, I mean, that's just how publicity works, man.
Yeah.
You know, though I do think it's fire, bro, and I do hope that, you know, its light is justified in the right way. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of your live performances.
Yes,
I
sir.
think you are a very eccentric, exciting performer to watch.
Thank you.
I love the energy you bring to a stage.
Thank you.
You have a good eye for catching people in crowds too.
Oh yeah.
You do a lot of call outs. So what could fans expect from a Life of Tom show?
Oh man. Life of Tom. What fans can expect just a really fun experience, but like something that's really like serious, like yo, this nigga's like spitting some shit, and very engaging. You know, I love to engage with the crowd. You know, from I mean, just being myself, bro. For me, I mean, most times when I'm performing, I like to take my shoes off, just get more comfortable. I feel like when people start seeing that, they like, oh, nah, this nigga know what he doing, like, about to have fun. I mean, you know, some of my idols, you know, like, that's the feeling it gives me. So, you know, but if you really want to come experience a Life of Tom show, definitely come check us out the 11th of August, opening up for Mez from Dreamville at Baby's Already.
That's beautiful. Yeah, man. Always gonna support in any way we can, man. Archive's a fan for sure. My last question for you, because I know you're a busy man and you got shit to do. What kind of upcoming projects, collaborations can we expect to see?
Ooh, well, without naming anything too crazy, I mean, shouts my boy Lucas from I Breathe, from I Didn't Know I Fucking Needed This over on IG. He just previewed a record with me and Trevor Spitter. That's one artist. We just dropped Cocotaso, so like, feel me, it's a lot. Like, yo, I got a sick, great, I got a good couple projects, bro, on the way. I can't say that I'm working on a really dope project right now with Plain Pat. He's a really dope producer, man. Put in a lot of time with Cudi and Kanye over the years.
That's tight.
I'm gonna leave it off with that.
That's super tight, man. Man, I super appreciate your work ethic.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate your art form.
Thank you, man.
I think I appreciate you as a human being, honestly, man. I'm excited to see where you go.
Thank you, bro.
Close eye on you for sure. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you, man.
And yeah, where can people tap in with you? It's the best way.
Tap in with me on, honestly, I feel like Instagram, like LIFEOFTHOM, straight up. All the links is there. You know, Google's friendly too. Mm-hmm. But never feel afraid. You know, if anybody want to reach out on a DM, I'm always talking to the fans and supporters. It's just family to me at the end of the day. So, I mean,
it's the healthiest way to look at it.
Hit me up.
Beautiful. Thomas. Appreciate you, bro.
My brother.
Thank you, dog.
Yo, Archive, man. New edition. Y'all check this shit out, man. It's Life of Tom. Signing out.
Long live Archive.
Like